Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you're doing well today. So in today's reading, we're going to be kind of reviewing the last 6 months since we're halfway through the year. I wanted to do a reading of what to be proud of, what to take with you now that can help you in the present and also to look forward to the rest of the year. So we're going to pick 4 piles as usual. Today I've got the crystal cards. They're pretty much just called the crystal cards and booklet. So that's how I kind of put them out there, because there's a lot of crystal decks as well. Okay. Whoa, okay, well, there's pile 2. That one wanted to flip up straight away. I think my helper today is super excited about this reading, because we do need to remember that it's not just all work in life, it's also milestones and to celebrate those. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards. So for pile number 1, you have Angelite with angel communication, clairvoyance, alignment, and dream insight. For pile number 2, you have Peridot with the message well-being, attracting money, good luck charm, and healing heartbreak. For pile number 3, you have the Argon star clusters, earth healing, grounding, stress relief, and vitality. Okay, and pile number 4, you have the black obsidian with strength, support during changes, everyday stress relief, and clears negative energy. Okay, so I will go into the shuffling process after this, but I'll let you trust your intuition and pick a pile that is calling to you, or multiple piles if there are more messages there. But remember, this is about a message of what to be proud of, because we're halfway through the year. We've made it through 6 months already, so another 6 months till the end of the year. Hello everyone, welcome back to the shuffling process. I forgot to say at the beginning that if you want to jump straight to your video, it is in the description, or you can pull the cursor along to go straight to your reading. I'll leave timestamps in the description, which automatically puts some timestamps in the video itself. So, let's pick some piles. Just a reminder that this one is about something you should be proud of. Halfway year checkup kind of reading. Might talk about something new, probably talking about where you've come from, so that you can put that at rest, because the past is the past, and focus on your current situations, the now. Okay, so I've got pile 1, feeling this one for pile 2. Pile 2 feels very energized. I think either my guide is really excited about this particular pile, or your energy, pile number 2, is just kind of ready for the rest of this year. Pumped. Okay. Oh, the sun's coming back up. The sun's on off. Well, the sun's always there, right? But the clouds. It's a little bit rainy here in Brisbane today. On and off rain. Yeah, you look like pile number 1. Okay. So these ones here can be read reversed and upright, so I'll keep them as that. If they do come out reversed, we'll take a look at what that means. You want to come out for 4? Okay. Now these ones here are the Hieronymus Bosch deck. So they have, it's like an old painter. When I say old, I mean it's from a long time ago. It's from the 14 to 1500s, like near the end of the 1400s, start of the 15. So the imagery, which was really interesting, I don't know what was happening around that time of the year, but it must have been a big shift in Earth or everybody's kind of collective consciousness, because there was some interesting artwork that came out. But I will cover any parts that YouTube deem inappropriate, let's say. All right. No? Okay. Three? Okay. I almost forgot about this one. Yeah, they're quite big cards. One's coming out for 3. Not that one. Okay. These ones are really nice. They're Khalil Gibran, who was born in it would have been the Ottoman Empire back in the day, but Lebanon, modern day Lebanon, moved to New York and had kind of an interesting life, just because, tuberculosis was quite bad back then. I think he lost a lot of his family quite young, and he himself didn't live for long, but he produced like some really unique artwork and a poem, or like a book, I guess, with poetry, but just like very deep. And I think it shifted a lot of people's perceptions, because it was really, it's called The Prophet, and it was his idea, maybe not in the book. I have read it, but I can't remember every single part of it, because it's like every time you read it, you have to reread it. I listened to the audiobook of the same thing 3 times, and I was just like, there's always something different in there. So I don't ever want to say I know it off by heart, because I really don't. And even if I knew the words off by heart, I don't believe I'd know the meanings fully. But anywho, talking about combining world religions, I feel like that was his perfect ideal. Okay, cards are ready to come out. Too much talking. Which is an interesting concept. It's an interesting concept to think about, let's say. I think it's just another way of reminding ourselves that we're all kind of one. Alright, now these ones can be reversed, but I will read them upright, because that's what I'm setting the intention of. If there's anything that's like, oh yeah, though, this one needs to be read reversed, I'll read it reversed. Okay. And I always shuffle all the cards beforehand, so if I'm picking quite quickly, it's because they're already all shuffled. Okay. It's getting a little bit dark here. I'll turn on the lights before I get into the readings. But thank you very much for watching this and sharing your energy with today's reading. You can go straight to your video. I'll just organize all these. So down below in this description will be the timestamps for each one. So you can skip and jump straight to your video. Also, I did want to say nice array of colors and meanings too. Some of them have very similar, but they're all very individual. There's this blue, greens, and then this like vibrant kind of earthy color, reddish, brownish color, and then we have obsidian, like the dark, deep black color. So, like nice array of colors, let's say, with these particular gems. Anyway, I'll see you in your reading. Hello, part number one. Welcome to your reading. Just going to move my mic over a bit. So, I had to turn on the light because it's getting, well, it's not late here, but it's overcast and we're coming into winter in the southern hemisphere, so it's getting a bit darker earlier. So I turned on the light. You've also picked Angelite. Now, I didn't pull this out because we didn't pick by stones, but I do have an Angelite heart. Not as colorful as here, but probably because it's like, real. They made the picture nice and vibrant, which is really nice. But anyway, so the Angelite message here is angel communication, clairvoyance, alignment, and dream insight. So it feels like very spiritual kind of message, let's say, or connection with divine, higher realm source, that kind of energy. So interesting one to pick. Probably an interesting reading. We'll have a look at what comes through, because this is about your something you should be proud of or can be proud of, especially coming through to a milestone, even just celebrating that you're halfway through the year. Something to celebrate. Okay, so a lot of these might have images that I'll need to cover, so I'll just tuck them away, but we'll pull these now. Okay, so I will need... Okay, so you have let your best be for your friend with friendship. Interesting. Same with this card, actually. Okay, so another cover. So your next card is the Christ child with birth, children, learning, and new beginning. This is so interesting because it's really coming through really spiritual, like soul kind of appreciation, let's say that. Soul appreciation. Maybe it hasn't been easy in the last few years, last 6 months even. So this is like your soul's way of saying thank you. Also, be proud that you have been able to move beyond any limitations. Especially alignment. Okay, let's have a look at the rest of the cards before I get too far into it. Okay, so you've got 36 with commitment. Yeah, right next to friends. So this is like a soul's quest that's been completed. That's how it's kind of feeling. Or the, maybe not completed, but the end of a cycle before the next one. So it's like something's been completed, right? A milestone's reached, something like that. Especially with commitment. You've kept your commitments. You've reviewed your commitments to see if they are still the same that you want to keep from a soul level. So maybe you've made some changes for some of you. You also have the central sun, abundance downloads, regeneration and success. Yeah, definitely well done for making that shift. I don't know if it was a shift that was challenging, because with Christ Child it's just like new beginnings, and then here success, it's like this changing a mindset, changing the ways. And here this little, I don't want to move this too much, but this baby's got like apparatus, so kind of like he's preparing for something or testing something, trying something different, while still keeping true to your soul. I want to say that. It's kind of like to your light, let's say. You also have a warrior with be fearless and stand strong. Maybe this is around friendship as well. For some of you, it's like partner, friendship. It could be a bit of a blend, right? Sometimes our best friend's our partner. And so there's like certain things that you wanted to talk about, and you have either made that step to talk about it or start the ball rolling. But with success, it's probably already completed, or maybe it's not something that's like has to finish, has a finite beginning and end. Something that's going to go over time, over a period of time. So even the first milestone of making that first step is success. So take that and be proud of that. Okay. Very nice. So even though it came out reversed, I am reading these. My intention was to read these upright. There's probably a little bit of a reversal kind of feeling here as well. And it's like this completion level, no matter how, was it from, whether it's from struggles or whether it's from success, it's still a complete feeling. Like it's all done. Some aspect, it's like, you know, you finish one thing and it's like the great aspect of finishing and completing it, but also the idea that you won't be fit on that path or on that particular journey anymore because you've completed it. So while it's opening something new, it's that need to finalize it emotionally, mentally, physically, and then go to the next step. Very nice though. We also have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, you're getting this very clear message of like new path or starting to change something new and something finishing. So it's like beginnings, success. So it's like beginnings, end, beginnings. Oh, sorry, end, beginnings. You know, it's keeping that cycle going. I do like this. Be fearless and stand strong. Like you've stepped into your power, or if you want to say what does stepped into your power mean, my idea is regaining your sense of ownership of your own destiny or self, let's say. That's my interpretation. However that's done, taking the power back from other people, even if they may not have purposely tried to take the power. So sometimes we need to mentally go, oh, I do have this. I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to focus on their life. I'm going to focus on, you know, what I can do or what's presently at hand. You also have the Moon card. Again, this feels like a very kind of soul kind of message of appreciation. You've got the Moon with Haniel, who I usually work with to connect with abilities, my psychic abilities, if you want to call it that, or just my intuition. But it's got to listen to your intuition and pay attention to the signs from the divine. Yeah, this child divine is like you're beginning a new path that's correct for you, or you've started to change a path that you're on and align it to your true north, let's say. This is really good. Okay, so unnecessary worry, don't we all? Let go of your fears, revelations that will make everything clear. So kind of like an illumination of a particular part of your purpose or something like that. This feels very kind of high up there, but it is also plays a particular path or way down here as well. Because like the warrior is very grounded, right? It's very earthy. Especially here, this is a Maori warrior from New Zealand, how it's depicted. So it's just like that very natural, if you want to say traditional, something like that. Something aligning with ancient kind of traditions, or even changing some kind of tradition that no longer served you. Yeah, there we go, balance. I like that. You've got, oops, sorry. You've got balance with Zadkiel here, which is the take on the Temperance card. So it's got a blending of ideas, blending the ideas of others with your own to create something extraordinary, which is what I was just saying. It's like that you don't have to like completely break the tradition, and you don't have to completely align with it. There's no black and white. There's like a whole array of colors. So you can blend what works, what doesn't work, and also, you know, you don't have to sacrifice your spiritual side for your physical kind of ego and like your worldly side. And also vice versa, you don't have to sacrifice your earthly side, earthly being, to succeed or feel purpose in your spiritual or soul kind of core level life, let's say that. Can have balance. It does say the power of diversity, great. Self-control, patience, and balance. Sometimes just slowing down is enough to be like your team, like, yay, you slowed down, you stopped trying to rush things through. So really nice. I like the 2 cups too, like the blending the different arrays. Like that's what I mean. Like it's not just masculine, feminine, or feminine, masculine, or higher and lower self, or like whatever. There's so many work and family life. There's a blend, and sometimes you're more into one thing than the other, and that's okay. Like in certain situations, like at work, you want to be more focused on completing your tasks, and then at home, you want to be focused on your family, your partner, your children, etc. So really great work is firstly what I want to say, especially let your best be for your friend. It feels like doing, not just saying what is on top of your mind or anything like that, but really appreciating your commitments, your family, your friends, your loved ones. That is something to be proud of. Like maybe you've made some changes, or even standing up for yourself. Sometimes, I guess balance is the what's the right word? Like balance is the feelings between the two, if I want to say that. Because sometimes how sometimes social or friendships, relationship dynamics change over the years, which they always will. But it's like making sure if you don't talk about something and it kind of is a bee in your bonnet, and then you're reacting some way, getting to a point where you can actually feel confident to talk about it, or something like that, to get that back into balance. Be proud of that if you've started to do that, if you've started to work on that, even if you've just thought about it, that something needs to be addressed or looked at or reviewed. Because sometimes it can be like a bee in the bonnet. This is just like a personal thing that I think of when I've done it. It's something I need to talk to my partner about, and it kept annoying me, and I kept kind of just being irritated, I guess, or irritable, when all I really needed to do was open the conversation, but I was scared. So it was like I was controlled by fear, and what I was doing was reacting with anger, and there was no reason for it, really. There's no purpose for it. So it's that kind of dynamic that's making me feel or need to talk about this. It's like this starting to address certain things, and then you know what? In the end, we talked about it, and I didn't even want what I wanted in the end. It wasn't for me. It wasn't something that was going to work anyway. But I just needed to talk about it. I just needed to have a conversation with the person that it also impacted, and yeah, that was kind of how that was coming through. Very interesting. Also, just so you know, abundance downloads. And I feel like this abundance download is getting the information that will help you be successful. Maybe that's coming now, or that's going to be something in the near future. But standing in your power is, I feel like, the abundance. Feeling like you have control or some aspect of free will, like feeling it in your life, not being a victim, being like a participant or the like player, and being grateful for what you've got as well. I feel like that, because that helps more come through. And it's not about greed, it's about blessings. Like it's about getting more so you can give more, or getting something so you can keep the energy flowing through your house, through your family, through your relationships. But I feel like here with these two, it really talks to connections from a soul level or from a divine level. Maybe it's balance with regards to aspects of divinity or religion or faith or spirituality, and on the flip side, getting balance with that aspect and your earthly kind of needs, desires, ego, that kind of thing. And I mean ego in the more physical sense more than the egotistical way, of course. But it's giving you that opportunity of completion, and then the next stage, the next step, the passion, calling kind of steps. So I feel like for you, yes, be proud of that, great work, celebrate that, and then not now, and when you're ready, find the right blend, the right balance. Once you've got the right answer, once it's been your path's been illuminated, there's no rush. This is the time to celebrate and feel the joy of the 10 of Cups. I feel like that's something that needs to be said. And then find the right way of moving forward. Like when I say right way for you. Not what I say, not what other people say, not what anyone else's obviously influences is fine. But at the end of the day, owning that choice and that decision that you make. Okay, really, really interesting reading here today. I do like it because I love commitments, like that kind of thing. It's like things that have been there for a while, and it's okay to mix things up or anything like that. Just have that conversation, have that that communication with the people that you need to. And if it doesn't come out right the first time, it's okay. You know, sometimes when dynamics have been going like this for so long, and then one person wants to do something and this has to change, it's like it can be a surprise for this person, right? So it's if it's worth talking over or having that conversation, it's not about one force over the other. It's about clear communication. And that's what I see in your reading today. So thank you very much for watching this video today. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Really, really do appreciate your work and yourself in here. It's not about external, it's about internal, how you really feel. Obviously external is great too, but if we feel successful internally, then the outside, it doesn't matter exactly what. We don't attach any meaning to why didn't they appreciate this? Why didn't they do that? Why? Do you appreciate yourself? Do you appreciate what you've done? Do you appreciate how you're moving through life? Because that's more important than any external validation. Okay, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello there, pile number 2. So you picked today the Peridot with well-being, attracting money, good luck charm, and healing heartbreak. So you picked the one that was spicy, the spicy little Peridot. This one jumped up, wanted to be seen, shined on. So really interesting. It's giving, even though it's green, right? It's like giving me like a heart chakra kind of energy. Healing kind of energy. It's also giving me like kind of a little bit of fire as well, which is nice. So I will peel these two off camera because they sometimes do have images that I'll have to cover for YouTube. So I'll have a look. I don't think I need to cover that one. No, I do need to cover this one. Okay, so you've got the farewell. The message here is, sing to me a deeper song. Interesting. Sing to me a deeper song. The farewell, it's like, no, I guess it's the kind of way of saying not everything stays golden. Not everything stays golden, so it's like, appreciate the journey, not that it's over. So focus on that it's over. Appreciate what you've accomplished, I guess, is the way to look at this one. Okay. So you also have the Baron of Books. This has a message of sexual indiscretions, adultery, and misuse of power. Interesting. Maybe getting away from this kind of energy. You also have Balancing Act. Super interesting with this because it's not just balancing, it's like the efforts and the try to really work through something challenging for sure with the farewell. Maybe it's like a breakup or something that you have gotten over or started to look at with non-judgmental eyes towards yourself and others and just try to move past this. That's how it's coming through. It's like focusing on your self-care, I want to say. Really interesting. You also have the Seraphim Gateway, voice activation, speaking up. I feel like giving yourself the power back or taking claim of your own kind of destiny, free will, choices. Okay, so angelic attunement and divine support. Yep, your guides were helping you through this. Great. Of course they were. You also have air guardian, shift perception. This is interesting. This is like a change in the situation, or the past hasn't changed, but your perception or your decision to move forward without rather focusing on the past or the situation or the event. I think that is what you should be proud of, is your efforts, your everything you did, right? Not blaming. Not blaming yourself. Just going, look, what's done is done. I choose what I want to do. Me, I choose my self-care, my healing. And then moving forward, I guess. That's the kind of message that's coming through. Okay, so we'll have a look at your tarot. I think I'm going to start with these ones and put these at the top. I'll let Jophiel coming through. You have the World card, a brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishments, and spiritual enlightenment. I feel like that's really clear here. Spiritual enlightenment feels like this energy, because we've got the Seraphim right next to our Seraphim Archangel. I don't know if it's written as a Seraphim, but I feel like she is a Seraphim. Freedom to do whatever you want. Be proud of yourself. Absolutely. This is exactly what the reading is about. What to be proud of yourself for. Being proud of if things maybe didn't work out exactly how they should have, giving you the okay or the still a success and you dealing with that, moving beyond it and not letting it take over your life. Well done. Yep, bam, right next to ego with Michael coming through. It says the illusion of being trapped. Accept responsibility for your situation and then make choices that support your path to happiness, addictions or unhealthy habits. So this ego takes over from the Devil card. Really nice, because it is talking about maybe dealing with this, or even something internal having this idea of control or hold over you, and you being able to make that change or shift. While it has not been easy, like it hasn't been like, oh, this was fine, it's been troubling, or it's so old that it's like, why is this still there? And moving beyond it, it's I feel like it hasn't been easy, and even the ending hasn't been wasn't great. And even if you have moved on from it, it's like looking back at it, not to live in it, but just to glance and go, wow, I really did get through a lot. I shouldn't let that mean that I should fear what I want to do now, or how I should respond now. So I'm not reacting out of pain. I'm going to take what I learned and know that I'm strong from having to deal with those kind of events or situations, whatever they may have been. All right, so you've got the Ace of Swords. Again, new way of thinking and feeling with the swords. New adjustment on how you perceive your reality. Really, really such a strong, strong thing to be proud of. Strong energy in regards to, wow, well done. I did do all that. Why, that shouldn't, if I can get through that, I can kind of get through anything, you know what I mean? Like, if I can get through this, then that means I am actually stronger than if I didn't experience that at all. Okay, time to take on the challenge. I do find this one really interesting because it's like, again, it's taking up with balance. And again, it might be touching on what you've been through, but maybe it's something now that you want to reignite. And not in a fighting sense, just in like a competitive sense, challenge sense, challenging yourself. That spark's there. I think by looking back at this, that ignites the spark. And it's not just a little spark, it's something that's reignited, that's like, yeah, I can complete these things. I got through many different types of, I don't want to say ego death, but it feels like that. It feels like I've released so much from situations or events that have occurred in the past that really weren't for my highest good, let's say, especially with healing heartbreak. Maybe they were about heartbreak, no matter how that looks, but you've had your support. I feel like you're feeling the support now as well. Might have been hard, might have been a lot of ends, let's say. A lot of different type of ends, a lot of different types of ego shifts. Instead of the ego controlling, you being more involved or more aware of those ego triggers, let's say. So this feels big. This is like a huge upgrade, let's say, level up in who you are. And it's not about leveling up to be higher, it's leveling up to by going through something and being able to, I guess, take the mindset that you have completed very big challenges in your life or very big events in your life, and you might minimize that, or you might think, yeah, it was really big, right? Either way, it's still, don't minimize it. Take it as what it was. Take it as like flat truth that you have done this, completed it. Well done. That's really how it's coming through. You'll come into alignment with your own kind of angelic self, your own divine self. Whew. And even though it might be hard looking back, because I can see that here with her looking over her head, and it doesn't mean that you now, whenever you think about it, it's like, who cares? It's not that. It's like, instead of thinking about it to that triggers fear, it's like I think about it, or anger or hate or something like that. I look at it and think, wow, I am so strong for getting through that. Okay. That's all I really see here. I do like that we've got the Guardian with angelics and the angels here, or seraphim angels with divine support. It's like you are really divinely supported through this. That doesn't make it any easier or harder, but it's like, just know that you're not alone in the I guess the story of your life. And Michael and Jophiel, great archangels to have around. Jophiel being the archangel of wisdom and beauty, and Michael obviously being like the head angel, kind of strong with protections and cutting away, breaking the chains, right, with the sword of light, cutting away old attachments to the past or to the fear of the future or something like that. And Jophiel with sort of wisdom, like gaining that knowledge that of everything you've learned, because that's the whole point of the world. It's, you feel success. Before that was the judgment cards, like where did I come from to get to here, and then celebrating that growth and appreciation for yourself. So that's exactly what I see in your reading. So really something definitely strong and powerful to be proud of, and to move through and to let that spark a new path, or maybe even just take the break, right? Hermit for a moment, whatever you need to do, whatever's right for you. You know what you've been through, so well done. Anyway, thank you very much for being here, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So reading is about what to be proud of. What should you be proud of? Halfway through the year, that's a milestone in itself. So let's take a look at the cards and see what comes through today. But you have chosen the Argon star clusters with earth healing, grounding, stress relief, and vitality. Okay, really interesting one, very earthy. It's like success through, I guess if we were doing like mind, body, spirits, through the body, which is like your physical world, your reality, whether that's career, home, that kind of thing. That's how it's coming through and feeling. Even maybe a shift from the over mental and emotional and starting to shift it towards like a good balance of energy. Okay, we'll see what comes through. So some of these imagery might not be okay for Twitch, so I'm gonna pull them off stream. Okay, this one's fine. You have no sunrise finds us, where sunset left us, the farewell. Something coming to an end. So it's like no repeat in a situation. That's kind of how this is coming through to me. Getting over the fear of the same happening again, like a breakup or a friendship or like ending or something like that, or a career, or like just because something didn't work one time doesn't mean it's not going to work the next time, because you've already learnt certain things that give you the strength to go forward. So I feel like you've kind of got that message, let's say. Okay, we'll put some tabs on here. I don't want to hide it too much. But you have Table of Plenty with success, food, rewards, and capitalism. What an interesting one. Capitalism. Okay, success and food rewards. That is such an interesting card, just because food reward sounds like what I would like. Okay, we'll see how that plays in. Oh, I love this. You've got encouragement. Really nice there. It's like this push. It's kind of like, it feels like relief, honestly. It feels like a relief. Something finishing with the farewell and or the fear of something that had finished a long ago and starting to push yourself, or maybe getting that encouragement from external, so family, friends, maybe just a colleague or something like that, an idea that you might have been ruminating in the mind. Oh yeah. Okay, so you've got the crown chakra upgrade, divine connections, holy experiences, and miraculous energy, which is real interesting with vitality because that is miraculous energy. Also the light streaming through, just kind of giving more of that as above below kind of feeling, because you've got, you know, the crown chakra, which is like the highest chakra inside our actual body, let's say, and then we're talking about very grounded earthly kind of thing, so it's above and below, or inside and outside, or from your mind all the way down to your feet kind of feeling. Exactly. You've got the Earth Guardian with stay rooted and grounded. Maybe you have been doing a lot more grounding practices, or just your life has started to get more, or slowly, or at least you should be proud of getting it, making the effort to work towards grounding or getting more stable. Something like that. That's just how it's coming through today. Okay. So you have the Two of Swords. I'm going to put this here. You also have the Sun card. Now I am reading these all upright. That was my intention when shuffling them, just in case if you're wondering why I am flipping this one. It's kind of like here, it's like inner happiness being reached. Feeling like you're making progress. Be proud of that. Be proud of not letting everything just go on a whim, something like that with here, with this like stagnation feeling, something like that. It's like, just choose what is right for you in the moment, or right for everyone involved, or right for the collective, if you want to say it like that. You have the King of Water. So the message here is trustworthy, honorable, devoted, and cautious. Really interesting, because it's like here feels cautious. Here's like honorable, choosing what is right, I feel. Getting into that more deeply, I feel. Okay, so there's someone you can trust. Maybe they're the encouragement, or this might be a bit of you, a bit of them, whoever them is. Friends, family, etc. A situation that is safe, a solid romantic relationship, hidden but well-intentioned emotions, a charitable benefactor, and seeing a counselor. Getting what you need out of this, maybe it's not a situation, but out of this life, let's say. This could be just life. This could be just life. Or just the feeling of a change, like a good shift. Trying to make it so it doesn't pop up and show any bits. Okay, nice. Yeah, you're really getting that shift from lack to prosperity, and it might not have been anything changing. Like it's like I feel like it's what is also above is below, kind of. It's just coming with that again. It keeps coming to that. So it's like what's in the mind is outside as well. So like you shift something in your mentality, it shifts your surroundings. So I was watching some YouTube. Actually, the song playing is called Cold Heart, and it's got Elton John and Dua Lipa. And it's just interesting because then again, it's like, you know, something from the past and something more recent. So it's touching on that kind of balance between old, new, left, right, up and down, inside, outside. You know, like a lot of that has been balanced, I want to say, or at least you are starting to pull that in, or take what being able to, I guess, identify where is the right energy at the right time to go where. I think you're coming to, it's not like a balance, it's more like an understanding of, you know, you want to be in let's say, work mode at work and you want to be at home mode and home, you know, that kind of thing. It's like being able to identify that better, or just know where energy is best spent at which time and which place and which event. That's kind of how it's coming through. We've got Michael coming through here as well. So I'll read these ones. This is the 9 of Swords or 9 of Air. Unfounded fear. Expecting the worst, thus creating self-fulfilled prophecies, which is really what the 9 of Swords is all about. Worrying about something that isn't actually the reality right now. It's like fear of something which sometimes can cripple us, but if it's not happening, then where's it coming from? Why is it like that? And I feel like you must have, with help and support, you're being able to get through that. Even being able to ask for help is something to be proud of as well. Giving your energy back to you. Good energy back to you. Okay. It also says allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the situation, sleepless nights, and refocusing thoughts. Yeah, I feel like the refocusing thoughts is definitely the main message here. But it's showing through the 9 of Air because it's showing where you came from, which is something that was challenging. The idea was challenging, or the fear was crippling or difficult, I want to say. And that's ending. And so it's like here, it's like, hey, just because something happened before doesn't mean it's going to repeat itself or happen again. This is a new you. This is a new age, new day. Every day is different. Every day is new. Take it as that and be present and hold. Grounding is pretty much another way of being present in your present moment. Being aware, not being kind of driven by ego, which is trying to pull you into the future and have you worry about that, or pull you into the past and have you kind of ruminate about that. But I do want to say with the crown chakra upgrade, it's like the new way of thinking from the past is definitely strong here. So continue grounding, celebrate that you've been able to start to get stuff moving, or get your ideas on track, or your way of thinking or way of feeling, bringing that back into where it should be, which is you. Also, I feel like with grounding, just it keeps coming up. There's like a lot of messages, but it's like with grounding, that also grounds energy that's not yours. So, you know, it's not like you can blame other people because you take it on, right? Sometimes you take on their pain or their challenges, and so grounding it out and down, or giving it back, or, you know, consciously just saying, you know, I give this back to the person who that it came from, if they need it, or I ground this energy out. And I say if they need it because sometimes they need to deal with their own energy, and you don't want to be the person who stops them from dealing with that. And that could be because they're young, or, you know, whatever family, and you want to kind of carry that. You don't have to carry that. If it's not yours, you don't have to carry it. I feel like you're coming into your King of Water energy as well, in your own personal way. By dealing with this king, you've become your own kind of like strength in this area. And the King of Water is like the balance between kind of like the feminine energy with masculine. So it's like a good balance. That's just how it is coming through today. So I really hope that's helped. Your real strong energy is to be proud of every step, not the completion of something. It's more of like every time you're a step closer, celebrate that. Celebrate, pat yourself on the back, be proud of the efforts you've made to improve your own personal life and those around you. Because if you're trying to attract something, you have to believe it internally first before it can actualize in your reality. Okay, and that's exactly what I see. So thank you very much for being here. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Always be proud of every step you take and your successes and your wins, even if they're little. Even if the world with capitalism is wild, right? Even if there's lots of stuff going on, focus on what you can improve and what you can do, and let the rest kind of do what it needs to, because we don't always have control over that. So just let yourself know that you're doing the work that you need to help yourself and others as much as you can. You're doing your best. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading today. So lucky last, you've got the Black Obsidian with strength, support during changes, everyday stress relief, and clears negative energy. Okay, really interesting. Black Obsidian is such a strong energy crystal, or stone, if you want to say that. It's created from such kind of violent situations, like a volcano, and it's like molten glass that cools very quickly in the air, and so it looks like glass, right? Because it's cooled so fast. The molten rock is cooled so quickly that it has that sheen. So maybe that's what's happened to you. It's been through some kind of like, everything being fine, and then bam, 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 that kind of stuff, and then keep going and being able to adjust to any kind of crazy situations, let's say. We'll see how that comes through, because it is talking about strength, which is you only get strength from going through challenges. Can't get strength without going through hardships or difficulties. Okay, so I'm just going to cover this one. But I will read it while I'm covering it. So you have pulled the soul walks upon all paths. Yeah, wow. The soul walks upon all paths. Self-knowledge. No what ifs. It's more celebrating or being proud of the fact that you got through whatever this is coming through, this energy. It's almost like for some people it would have been a really big challenge, and for you now, knowing what you've done or gone through, or even just being able to really embrace the difficulties, no matter what they are, there's like a part of that you should be proud of. Okay, same with this one. Okay, it's got a little bit of, put some green around them this time. I don't think these are very good. Okay, anyway, I'll read this one as well. You got the Lovers card. I don't know which part to cover, we'll just cover all of it. So you've got the Lovers card with trust, romance, and love. It's interesting because this is depicting the trying not to expose them, but kind of like the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve. So it's like something that happened or occurred really early on in a relationship, or even in your life. And it's like the more you know, the more you grow, kind of thing. The harder the challenge, the bigger the learning or wisdom. You got embrace sadness. This is like moving through what is that the certain stages of grief or something like that. And there's some of that kind of energy feels true in this reading. Because it's not like embracing it as like worrying about it. And these two blue people, well, this is a whole bunch of people, but these two kind of bluish cards, like feeling the emotions, feeling them, not to have them stay with you, but you can't ignore it. You can't force it into a box that's already overloaded. I feel like you've started to realize that, or even started to grow way beyond that, well beyond that. Oh, I love this. Okay, so you have the sacred inner space, which is sacral chakra, tenderness, and sensuality. Right next to lovers too, so it's really feeling your I feel like it's divine feminine in some sense. Like it feels divine, feels feminine. So I'm going to say divine feminine energy. Okay. Oh, I love this. Direction Guardian, choose your path. This is giving you back your power, or maybe you've Instead of giving it to the ex or the past, it's giving it back, claiming it back for yourself because it's your energy, so it should be with you, right? Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you've got the World card coming to a completion, and sometimes coming through a completion from challenges or hardship is still it is still completion. It's still a win. Just making sure her bits don't show. I like this because why it's like mastery, it's like self-mastery. That's how it's kind of feeling, and I love that. Not easy, especially if we're talking about lovers and sad embrace. It's like losing someone close to you as well. Like it might be that for some of you, or it could be like a partner or an ex. This feels really, really harsh, like really like a big challenge, that you'll come through. Makes sense with the black obsidian. It's like everything was fine and then boom, bam, bam. Something unexpected, like a loss of a family member or something like that. Feels really deep anyway. And it would have kind of put you in this like spin, right? And that's fair because it's your personal feelings and emotions that needed to be kind of reviewed, looked into, etc. Okay. Yep. Okay, so we're getting the 10 of fire, which is the 10 of wands with Michael coming through. Michael seems to be jumping in all the readings today. With working too hard or too many hours, the need for balance in life. Let others help you. Health problems due to stress. Yeah, I feel like you've gotten past that. But that's such a huge growth because while it's the world, it's also showing like, you know, they're aligned. It's like, hasn't been easy. Like, yeah, I've got to a good place, but it hasn't been easy. Like I've gone through it. I've been through it. And yeah, you have. Self-mastery, 100%. Could even be for some of you at work, right? It's impacted so many aspects of your life. And then finishing up, we've got the 5 of water, focusing on negative. This is such a, like, I mean, it's sometimes you can see it as such a harsh card, but it's such a great realization, something that you definitely can be proud of, moving beyond this, focusing on the negative aspects of an event and seeing the silver lining, even in harsh things. I feel like there's always a silver lining coming through. Also with Shamuel coming through, and I always work with her during heart kind of energy, kind of like trying to align my heart chakra or align my purpose with love and appreciation for others, especially if it's been a challenging day or I've had to deal with difficult, let's say, people, or, you know, I was silly enough to read comments on stuff, then she's always someone to connect with, and I feel like that's a good balance with this card and the purpose of the Archangel being there. Things not turning out the way you anticipated, forgiveness of self or others. That's such a strong one because it's not like you need to tell. The other person doesn't need to know necessarily, depending on the situation, right? Depending on the person, depending on you individually. But just keep moving past it, or even forgiving yourself for focusing so much time on that and then moving beyond it. It's not to hold on to, it's just to acknowledge release, Everything happens for a reason. Look for the hidden blessings. Exactly. That's where the silver lining comes through. I'm not saying it's like, oh yeah, just look at the right side. Easy. No, this is from hard challenges, completion, things being done. This is such a big shift. So you should absolutely be proud of your efforts and what you've been through. Take a look at how far you've come, because that is where the true growth can be seen, I feel. Big growth. From lack to contentment, or at least a place of being able to take a breath. That's what I want to say, being able to take a breath. Not overloading with things to avoid, like this is the past, and giving you really a clear way of feeling without numbing yourself, and seeing the opportunities instead of feeling the pressure. I feel that's such a huge shift and a huge change and a huge blessing for you to move through. Because the soul walks upon all paths, and you've got the direction. It's like, just know that because you have grown from this, you do not have to repeat it, or you don't have to go through a life where it's going to impact you in such a harsh way, let's say next time, however that works. You know, whatever you believe in, this is just feeling like a past life kind of thing. It's like, finally, congratulate yourself. You completed, or you got over a certain obstacle in a particular lesson you wanted to, or challenge you wanted to kind of, it's hard because I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to go through that, but I don't know how it works exactly. I'm not, you know, ye who knows all, but there's something where you wanted to feel or get past or get over a particular type of challenge with particular types of feelings, let's say. However that's played out, maybe that was what you want, maybe not. But right now, actually moving beyond it is something you should be proud of, or can pat yourself on the back for overcoming. Because it does feel like it came from a place of where it should have been like this, but it ended up not coming through exactly how it should have, which has built your strength or sense of self-worth, self-mastery, self-care. Okay, that's exactly what I see. So this is like a big growth. And it might be just something that shifted small, but has huge impacts. Because sometimes a little thing can create like a huge amount of change in your reality and your world, and how you see the world and how you see yourself and others, and etc, etc, etc. Okay, that's exactly what I see. So hopefully you've enjoyed the reading. Make sure you do always look after yourself, be proud of yourself, especially when you've reached milestones, especially when you've changed your mind in something, whereas you would have just went with the status quo, let's say, or when you have dealt with a particular person, haven't lowered yourself to that level. Be proud of that. Anyway, that's exactly what I see in your cards today. Please take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye!